What's up, KFG crew and KFG Kings? This your boy Big Boy Fashion on TV, and tonight I'll give you guys my AEW Dynamite review on high. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show. That's all I gotta say from here. Taz is on commentary with Excalibur and Tony Schiavone again to start this week. So we get our TNT Championship Street Fight match. Mr. Mayhem Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky, accompanied by Dan Lambert and Ethan Page in America's Top Team. Now this was a pretty good match. This was pretty good. Sky throws strikes at Wardlow to start off, but Wardlow shrugs them off and lays out Scorpio Sky with a shoulder block. Scorpio Sky takes Wardlow to Kick City, but then walks right into a belly-to-belly overhead suplex from Wardlow. Wardlow tosses Sky across the ring repeatedly until Scorpio Sky rolls to the floor to get away. Wardlow follows Sky and Lambert slaps him in the back. America's Top Team gets between Lambert and Wardlow, allowing Sky to throw him into the ring steps. ATT then jumps on top of Wardlow and put the boots to him. We go to commercial break. All right, back from the break, Scorpio Sky goes for a superplex off the top, but Waller shoves him to the mat and hits a swanton bomb. Waller goes for a power bomb, Sib Harney, but ATT hits the ring and Waller just starts tossing them around like a rag doll. He press slams one of the guys on top of the rest of them on the outside, but then turns around right into a belt shot from Sky for a 2 count. Sky goes for the TKO, but Warlow shoves him into Lambert and hits a spine buster. Warlow hits the powerbomb, Simple Honey to win the TNT title. The winner and your new TNT champion, Warlow. All right, that street fight was pretty good. It says, all right, let's move on. All right, backstage, Jon Moxley cuts a promo about his match with Brody King. He says that Brody thinks he's going to be able to catch him off guard with that. Moxley doesn't know the kind of monster he is, but Moxley says King doesn't know what kind of monster Moxley is. Moxley says he knows exactly who King is, and he asks how Big King's heart is because he'll be swinging in deep waters with the biggest shark in AEW. Moxley says when you get into the ring with anyone with Blackpool Combat Club, they will find your limits and find out just how bad you want it. Step up or get stepped on, Moxley says. Alright, we go to commercial break. Alright. Tony Nese and Mark Sterling approaches Keith Lee to try to get him to sign a petition to have Swerve Strickland removed from the roster. Lee tells them to piss off in his own nice way. Alright, so we get Christian Cage comes to the ring with Luchasaurus and he says that after last week he's still the Cage everyone is talking about. Christian says everyone wants to know why Luchasaurus decides to remain Algin with him. But before he can say anything else, Matt Hardy comes out and interrupts him. Matt says Christian is the Michael Jordan of being in you know what, and says that Jungle Boy has become a friend to him. He says Jungle Boy respected and trusted Christian only to get screwed over by him. Christian marks Matt claiming to be buddies with Jungle Boy all of a sudden and says that Matt is starting to make Jeff seem like a sober one. Matt says he knows what Christian is doing and says that he just wants to use Luchasaurus to try and make as much money as he can off him, but he says he did the same thing with Private Party and he regrets it. Matt says his life has been a mess the last few months, and maybe that's because karma got him, but he here to make sure no one else gets taken advantage of. Christian says the only reason he is out there is because he's a cloud chaser and says he'll use anyone, including his wife, his father-in-law, or his kids. He says he'll even turn a blind eye to his brother's issue for one last run. Christian says that he is the hottest, most influential star in AEW, and Matt just wanted to be near him. Christian says Matt screw up loser brother isn't even the most embarrassing person in his family because Matt is. Matt tries to go after him, but Luchasaurus beats him down. Luchasaurus show slams Matt through a table. All right, let's move on. A video package highlights blood and guts as part of Matt Menard's terrific promo after the match is shown as well. Tony Schiavone interviews Claudio Castagnolo and Jake Hager and says they both signed waivers agreed to not get physical. Claudio taunts Hager for being Jericho's bag carrier and says he's going to be 3-0 after beating Jake Hager next week. So we get the Butcher and the Blade accompanied by Ali versus Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee. Now this tag team match. I'm gonna say it was fine for what it was. Butcher and Lee squares up and slaps me, then Swerve and Blade tag in, and they botch a leaping spot with Swerve landing on Blade's back. Swerve then rolls backwards as Blade hits the ropes and trips him. Lee Blonde tags his partner and runs Blade over, allowing Swerve to hit a basement dropkick. Swerve traps Blade in the corner as Lee chops him. Swerve tags in and back drops Blade to the outside and then goes for a punt kick, but Ali gets between them. Butcher lays Lee out and Blade sweeps Swerve's leg out from under him on the apron. Commercial break. Swerve knocks Butcher off the top and hits a flying corkscrew uppercut. Lee and Blade tag in with Lee laying out both Butcher and Blade with chops and splashes. He throws Blade into Butcher and then hits a big forearm. Smash knocking Blade into the corner. Lee tags Swerve and they set up for their finish, but Butcher cuts them off, only to eat a rolling flatliner from Swerve. They hit a spinning Insecurity / Warren elbow combo on Butcher, and then Lee goes for the pounce, but Blade pulls Swerve into it. Blade hits a stunner on Lee, and Butcher hits a forearm smash. They hit double team offense. Swerve cap off with a layer from hell from Butcher. 1-2 no. Lee breaks it up. Butcher and Blade attack Lee, but Swerve leads back into a back heel kick on Butcher. Lee squashes Blade in the corner, and they hit Swerve in Our Glory in the corner for the pin. The winner of the match, Keith Lee and Swerve. Okay, let's move on. That tag team match was fine for what it was. But anyway, let's move on. Team Taz walks out and Hobbs says they are getting tired of them and calls them trick you know what. Hobbs says they have been nice because they could have already ended their careers already. Hobbs says every time they have faced them, they prove Lee and Swerve aren't on their level. Hobbs screams that he'll beat Swerve. You know what? It says they keep talking about wanting to prove who's the best tag team is, but before they can say anything else. The Young Bucks walk out. Matt Jackson says Haas may might as well have just crew up their music for them, but saying the best tag team over and over. Matt Jackson says the tag team division is on fire and that everyone in AEW is eating well, but they are the ones that set the table in the first place. Nick Jackson says that they are both good teams and says they had a great match at Double or Nothing, but they still didn't get the job done against Jurassic Express. They remind them that they beat them for the titles. Matt Jackson says proposed a three-way match between the Bucks, Swerve, and Our Glory and Team Taz next week. The fans chanted FTR at them, but Nick says they're better than them. Malachi Black cuts a promo saying that Brody King will make sure that Mossy endures something that goes far past the physical realm of pain. Eddie Kingston walks out and immediately congratulates Wardlow for winning the TNT title and then congratulates his team for winning Blood and Guts. He says that Jericho made him a liar because he didn't get to make him bleed and he will get him again. Jericho appears on the screen where Tay Conti slams Ruby Soho's arm in the car door. Jericho tells Kingston that the same can't happen to him. So we go to commercial break. All right, the Dark Order comes down to the ring, and John Silver calls Rochester Brody Lee's hometown. Dark Order country. Evil Uno says that they have very important news, and it needs to be said in Rochester. Uno thanks the fans and then stops before saying that they are here to say Dark Order is forever. He says they start a new chapter of the Dark Order tonight and hands the microphone to one. But before he can say anything else, QT Marshall interrupts him. Marshall asks how long they are going to have to put up with the charity case and Uno's hold number one back from him and says Brody Lee is a legend, but one takes after his mother. Hangman Page comes out and kicks QT Marshall's you know what, before tossing him in the ring for the rest of the Dark Order to beat him down. Number one says he would pin Marshall right now, but he's going to wait until he's 18 and do it for real. Alright. Move on. Jim Ross joins commentary for hour two. So we get Penta, accompanied by Ray Phoenix and Alex Abraham versus Rush, accompanied by Andrade. Alright, I'm gonna say this match was was good too. This was good. Penn and Rush have been in the ring with each other countless times, but this is the first time they have ever faced off on one. It's also the first time they'll be in the ring with each other outside of the last week's battle royale since 2020. Rush tries to attack Penta and as he gets in the ring, but Penta sidesteps him and they exchange some nasty chops. Penta goes for a runner, but Rush blocks it and goes for the brainbuster, only for Penta to roll him up for two. Penta hits a super kick and Rush rolls to the floor. Penta goes for a baseball slide, but Penta moves and tries to throw Rush into the steps. They block each other from throwing each other into the steps repeatedly, and then Penta dives off the steps into a lucha arm drag. Penta goes for a dive, but Rush lays him out with a roaring elbow in midair. Rush steps on Penta's head and hits a series of corner splashes, followed by a basement drop kick. Rush rips at Penta's mask, but Penta kicks him in the head and hits a sling blade. Rush rolls to the floor and Penta follows him with a somersault plancha over the top. Jones was about to attack Penta, but Alex spears him. Phoenix and Andrade pulled them off each other and then starts arguing with each other. So we go to commercial break. Rush eats a backstabber from Penta, but Rush comes right back with a snap power slam. Yeah, power slam as Penta went for a crossbody, and he gets a near fall. Rush whips Penta into the corner, but Penta leaps over him and comes down into a backstabber for a two of his own. Penta and Rush trade wicked shots and then starts headbutting each other. They hit leg sweeping strikes at the same time, and both men are down. Penta and Rush continues to exchange chops until Rush stops Penta down in the corner. Rush goes up top and hits a massive drop kick for a near fall. Rush hits a senton off the top for a two, but Rush immediately hits a forearm smash. But Penta comes right back with the rolling cutter and super kick Penta for the fear factor. 1-2 no. Andrade puts Rush foot on the bottom rope to break the pin. The referee argues with Andrade and Rush kicks Penta in the you know what and then snatches his mask off and rolls him up for the pin. The winner of the match, Rush. Alright, let's move on. Samoa Joe will defend the ROH television title against Jay Lethal at Death Before Dishonor. So we go to commercial break. Smart Mark Sterling tries to get best friends to sign their petitions, but they refuse. Tony Nese says he'll make them sign it. Sterling suggests OC versus Tony Nese on Rampage. If Tony Nese wins, then they sign the petition. Petition. All right, let's move on. So we get the Acclaim in the Gun Club. Austin and Colton Gunn, accompanied by Billy Gunn versus Fuego del Sol, Bear Country, and Leon Ruff. Alright, this was a quick tag team match. Austin Gunn snatches the microphone from Caster as he was doing his freestyle and won't let him finish. The Gun Club beats the out of Fuego del Sol as the match starts and the Bowen and then Anthony Bowens tags himself in and continues to beat down on the Alabama luchador. Anthony Bowens knocks Bear Country off the apron, but when he turns around, Fuego del Sol hits a tornado DDT. Austin Gunn tags in and he walks into a clothesline from Bronson, and then he hits a spinebuster for two. Max Caster breaks up the pin attempt and then throws Leon Ruff to the floor. Anthony Bowens tags in and hits a series of strikes on Bronson, capping it off with a Kenny Omega style leg lariat. Max Caster tags in and hits the mic drop, but Austin tags himself as he dives off the top and steals the pin. The winners of the match, Gun Club and the Acclaim. Alright, the Gun Club and the Acclaim start fighting until Billy Gunn separates them. Billy screams at his sons, but then turns around and lays Max Caster out. Anthony Bowens begs Billy off and tries to get him to do the scissoring thing only for Billy to hit the famous on him. Miro cuts a promo on Malachi Black and tells him that the Redeemer is coming for the House of Black and Rage. So we go to commercial break. So we get Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa, and Tay. So we get Thunder Storm, Thunder Rosa, and Tony Storm versus Nyla Rose and Maria Shafir. This tag team match is god awful. This tag team match was god awful. Tony Storm hits a sliding drop kick on Shafir, and the babyfaces work Shafir over in their corner. Thunder Rosa dives off Storm, back into a flying dropkick on Shafir and gets a near fall. They hit a double suplex on Shafir for another near fall. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa continue to utilize quick tags as they work over Shafir. Shafir gets fired up and fight her way out of the corner. And Nyla Rose hits Storm from behind with the umbrella, allowing Shafir to hit a fireman's carry slam. Carry slam. So we go to commercial break. All right, Tony Storm puts Rose in a sleeper, but Rose throws her off. Storm tags Rosa and she hits a flying crossbody and a series of strikes. Thunder Rosa drop toe holds Nala Rose onto the ropes and hits a hesitation drop kick. Thunder Rosa goes for another one, but Nala Rose catches her in midair with the U-range suplex. Maria Shafir tags in and avoids a kick before hitting a pump handle suplex for two until Storm broke it up. Nyla Rose hits a spike DDT from Storm, and then she hits a snap German on Shafir. Tony Storm hits the flying hip attack in the corner on Shafir, and then Thunder Rosa hits an assistant fire thunder driver, and Storm spikes her off the top rope for the pin. The winner of the match, Thunder Rosa, Thunder Rosa, and yeah, that's what I say. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. All right, Stokely halfway admits that Jay paying Layla Gray one one 1,100 and 1,100 to step up for them, but Jay says if she doesn't deliver, then it's Stokely's. You know what? But that tag team match was god awful. All right, so we go to commercial break. Daniel Garcia cuts a promo on Wheeler and Yuta, and they face each other for the ROH Pure title at Death Before Dishonor. Backstage, FTR challenges the Briscoes for a rematch at Death Before Dishonor. All right, so we get the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley versus Brody King. All right, I'm gonna say this main event was good too. William Regal joins commentary for this match. Brody King lays into Moxley with chops and punches to start the match, and then throws him to the floor and tosses him into the barricade. Brody King charges at Jon Moxley, but he moves and almost into the floor, tosses him to the barricade. Brody King charges at Moxley, but he moves and Brody King goes flying into the ring steps. Jon Moxley hits Russian leg sweep Kingston into the barricade and attempt a power driver on the floor before getting backdrop by Brody King. Brody King tosses Jon Moxley in the ring, but Jon Moxley hits him with dragon screw leg whip as he climbs back in. Jon Moxley puts King in a figure four, but King punches him repeatedly to break the hold. Jon Moxley elbows King knee repeatedly and hits a knee breaker. Jon Moxley and Brody King exchange forearms with Moxley getting the better of it, but then he eats a black hole slam as he came off the top. So we go to commercial break. Brody King goes for a TKO, but Jon Moxley elbows him to get out of it, and then he avoids a cannonball in the corner from Brody King. Moxley hits a corner clothesline and lifts Brody King up to the top rope. Jon Moxley hits a superplex and goes for the bulldog choke, but Brody King fights it off. Brody King misses a lariat, and Jon Moxley hits a snapdragon for two. Jon Moxley stalks on Brody King's face as he has his arm trapped and goes for a power driver, but Brody King blocks it and then exchange forearms. Brody King ducks a lariat and hits one of his own, followed by a pile driver. 1-2 no. John Moxley kicks out. Brody King puts Moxley in a weird naked choke and then climbs to the top and pretty much hangs Moxley in a choke. Brody King hits a cannonball in the corner for 2. Brody King goes for the thunder driver, but John Moxley blocks it and rolls him up for 2. Moxley hits the Paragon shift, but he can't get the pin. Finally, John Moxley grabs Brody King and hits a series of elbows and locks in a choke. John Moxley climbs on Brody King's back as he gets to his feet, but then Brody King slams back onto his back. John Moxley gets back up and locks in the Bulldog choke. Anyways, Brody King passes out and Moxley retains. The winner is still your intern AEW World Heavyweight Champion, John Moxley. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Alright, I'm gonna say this, man. AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say from there. It was just a very good show. But anyway, let me know down below in the comments what are your thoughts on AEW. But anyway, if you guys join my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please watch this full video before you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications when I premiere a brand new video go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite tonight? And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, I'm finna go relax. And this your boy Big Boy FactsjonnyTV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive and stay blessed. This your boy Big Boy FactsjonnyTV. Kept you crew, kept you kings. Too sweet. We out of here. Gang.